Hello, welcome back to the channel. Sol here. Like I said earlier today, I was going to bring you some operation attacks that my task force just did. I'll show the information of the task force at the end in case you're looking for a task force. We have spaces open. In any case, let's go straight for it. We've been doing choke point for the last, well, for the most time. We alternate between court and cold, choke point, and depending on how we're doing an intel. So we started choke point last night. We took it down in not the best choke point that we have had, but we took it down in 37 attacks, which is good. We got one of the first bases that we saw is that we got strange attractors. That's the base that's still bugged that you get how do you call it? That you get barbed wire, and not in the last operation. It's actually this attack by Dell. It was just a matter of a test. You know, we were just looking at to see what barbed wire could do with all the tanks. It was kind of hilarious seeing all those tanks bouncing back and forth between between grapplers. One of the things if we wanted to see is if we start seeing barbed wire more and more in operations, is it worth it to bring a boat of medics to heal the troops? With tanks, he brought two, and I mean, it was clear that it made sense. I mean, that the barbed wire doesn't do that much damage, so the medics can keep up. Even if one medic was actually sitting inside of the barbed wire, laser hitting them, they could still be able to heal the tanks, heal themselves. Now, you know, when the two lasers start hitting them, that's when things start getting a little bit dicey. But I mean, overall, being just a crazy drop, and you know, we wanted it to test. I think it came out well. He was able to clear all the grapplers out. He was able to clear the right side or the 9 o'clock position of this base. I think at one point he relocates. Remember that he still has like 7 or 8 medics on the left side. So by no means this match is done. I think he then decides to take the rocket launcher to make it easier for the last guy that was going to come in and take this base. But you can see, I mean, two medics healing that medic that was on the barbed wire, plus the laser hitting them. It took a little bit to take him out. Obviously, this base is not that boosted, but it's something that you have to take into account, have in the back of your mind. Here you have a tank that's getting hit by a sniper tower, plus getting hit by the barbed wire, and that tank didn't survive. Let me just accelerate this. But we saw medics are actually a good counter towards the barbed wire. Even when they're crossing, even if they're slowed down, they're still doing, you know, they're still able to heal your troops. In this case, he had 3 boats. I want to say he had 3 boats of medics. But the net effect is the slowing down. It has the same effect as freezing. So they slow as much as when a troop is frozen. I don't know if you use RCCM, but if you by any chance freeze your own troops, they slow down, and it has sort of the same effect. Now, where is it here? So the other thing that we wanted to test is, okay, so we have what about 2 Sukas and 2 boats of medics? Will they be able to heal, you know, those Sukas as they pass through, or would they die? The other thing is, we had heard that if you shock the barbed wire, then the effects of the barbed wire are nullified, and we wanted to test that too. So here you see they start going through. The first units, they get frozen, you know, they get slowed down and they start getting damaged. The medics can actually keep up. Let me slow this down. The medics can actually keep up with the damage. And here you see he shocked the fence, and now the troops are passing through with no sort of ill effect. So that's something that you have to take into consideration. If you're going across a base like this with barbed wire, then a good option would be to actually shock the barbed wire. Now here you see medics are off on healing. Medics were off healing these troops right here, and even they started moving that way because that's where they were targeted. Some of the Sukas actually died. 1, 2, 3. I want to say like 4 of the Sukas actually died, but the remainder of them, they got healed fine by the medics. So that's another thing. If you're doing smoky suka, why not bring 7 boats of sukas and 1 boat of medics, cross through as many barbed wire as you want, and then take the base down that way. The medics are disposable, just as the sukas are. And then I'm going to accelerate this. So now he's standing right on top of the barbed wire. And this was literally on purpose. Like, can 10 medics just keep up? And the answer seems to be, in general, yes. I mean, the riflemen are right on top of those of that. If it wasn't for the laser, he would be totally okay. The medics could keep up with that damage, no problem at all. Now the other question was if a unit is grabbed, and it crosses the barbed wire, does it get damaged? And the answer to that is a little bit harder. We tried our best to get it that way, but I think at this point the grappler is just outside of the range, so it's not gonna grab anymore, especially because he threw a box of critters. So we'll see now. But here you can see again the effect of the barbed wire is essentially nullified by the medics. He's gonna take down the shield. The guys on the front are probably gonna, if I'm not mistaken, the guys on the front, most of them are gonna perish. Because remember, this is the combination of a machine gun shooting at them. This machine gun is shooting at them. That machine gun is shooting at them. Plus the barbed wire, and they managed to survive a long time. And the base goes down. So what we learned from this attack is we can shock the barbed wire, and it's gonna nullify the effects. We can what's the other thing? Oh, we can use medics to counter the effects of the barbed wire. 10 medics were able to keep all those troops alive, even though there were lasers and machine guns hitting them. When the laser was hitting them, a bunch of them did die, but even a machine gun hitting them, even the barbed wire hitting them, the medics were able to keep up. All right. Now I'm going to show you a couple of attacks. We didn't have the best runs, but we have an attack here by Quick Eye. We essentially attack Tech Crunch. This is like an easy-ish solo base. So he went to make it easier for the second guy. So he went for the rocket launchers. Use warriors for this. So there he did a 2-smoke landing, and then just let the troops naturally aggregate around the rocket launchers. And then he managed to take those 2 rocket launchers out in the remaining 30 seconds of the match. Here we go. He chucks. He missed the mortar, which was a little bit unfortunate, but he still managed to take down the first mortar and the 2 rocket launchers and the machine gun. And he was able also to clear some of the mines, making it a lot easier for the second attacker, which turns out to be me. So here for that attack, I used all sukas plus a boat of cryoneers. I started using that combination, especially when you're pushing. I was planning on attacking a second base, but I saw the opening. I was not boosted, so I only had 92 GBE to play with. So you see me doing the standard staggered landing for the sukas. And then I'm going to flare up, and I'm going to lead. I'm going to let my sukas lead for a little bit. And once my sukas are about a third of the way in, then that's the point where I'm going to drop my cryoneers. That way my sukas are going to be in front, and I don't have to worry too much about sending my smokes too far in. Now I flare all the way to the back. You see my lead cryoneers are just started to have just started to catch up. Now they're playing the lead, and I just let them get hit. If they need to get hit, they need to get hit. Just 2 or 3 cryoneers are gonna do the job here. The idea for the cryoneers was to minimize the number of troop losses. I mean, I'm not gonna flare them to any particular target. I'm just gonna let them do what they do. I'm gonna slow here down. So all those defenses, once the cryoneers come out, you're just gonna freeze everything, except for the cannons on the bottom, which got distracted by the critters that I threw there. But now that sniper tower is frozen, that boom cannons in the back are frozen, and it's not like taking a lot of troops. But when you're doing an Osuka push, especially for clearing, it's not a bad idea to have those troops or to have those defenses slow down. And then from here, it's just pretty easy. I clear everything out. That boom cannon was gonna start taking slowly my troops, and I'm gonna be here standing for a good 2 minutes. So I decided, let me flare up, not too much because this rocket launcher has range. So the idea was, okay, let me flare up, and hopefully some of my Sukas are gonna start targeting. Some of my Sukas are gonna start targeting the cannon, and not a lot of them. You see, most of them stay on target. Just a few of them turn around with the Cryoneer freezing. Then the damage or the damage output was halved. So then the number of Sukas that I lost because of him was a lot less. And then after this, just flare again to the corner, and then call it good. Base is gonna go down eventually, and it did. So let's see what else. What was it? I had a note here to see which one. I think the other one that I wanted to talk about was Alamo. I think so. The next one was gonna be Alamo. Let's see. Yeah, so here we have an RCCM attack by Nico, level 55. His objective was to clear the path for a hookah attack. So he went for opening up the map, clearing the grappler, and I think he did a pretty good job with the mixture of troops that we have, especially taking into consideration that that rocket launcher was gonna then have range at some point. So now he's gonna lose up. He's gonna lose a bunch of his medics, which is unfortunate. Had he smoked that middle smoke last, then he would have been in a much better position. Those riflemen would have survived a lot longer. The medics would have most definitely be able to take on the damage of the rocket launcher, and he would have been able to progress a lot further. But I think all in all, he did a pretty nice job. So now this entire side is open, and then we managed to take it down in 2 more attacks. You see, he dropped some GBE on that rocket launcher. That was part of the plan. We needed that rocket launcher gun because it does have range through a lot of the area that we wanted to finish and park our troops, which is essentially a 10 o'clock position on the core. He's now going to flare in a last-ditch attempt to see if he can essentially take out the rocket launcher, but it didn't pan out. He just forgot about the rocket launcher. So a very nice attack by Nico there. Let's take a look at the second to last attack. Where is it? Where's Alamo? Oh my god. All right. All right, so we have Magic Cat ending Alamo, and then where's the other one? Oh, here we go. Captain Awesome, very nice job. So he took advantage of the almost dead rocket launcher on the top, so he finished it up with GBE. Open it up a spot for a Suka, for a smoky Suka attack. I'm gonna accelerate this. Again, standard staggered landing. And now he's going to go to that spot where he cleared those mines. Essentially to take out the rocket launcher. He's going to take one. He's going to end up taking one shot from the mortar, but he's going to be able to clear that entire site, which was the plan all along. So now he's moving. He took 2 mortar shots there. A little bit unfortunate. He lost most of his power. If hadn't he taken that second mortar shot, he would have been in a much better position to clear a lot more. But even still, he managed to clear 3 shield generator, all the flamethrowers, and the first 2 to 3 the first 2 to 3 sniper towers, if I'm not mistaken. He's saving GBE now because he wants to use that shock when it matters. There we go. The first 2 sniper towers are down. First 3 sniper towers, 4 sniper towers are down. And is he going to be able to clear the 4th and the 5? Yes, he is. So he managed to clear the entire bottom part, and just barely was able to take the second machine gun. Had he had not lost that second, had that second mortar hadn't hit him, then he would have been able to clear a lot more. But that was an awesome job by Captain Awesome. He never disappoints. And then let's take a look at the last attack here on Alamo by Magic Cat. Just a simple smoky Suka into position. I think there was a previous attack where somebody used Grenadiers, so they cleared most of the backside area of that. That was pretty nice. Now it's just a how do you call it? A procedural finish. Make sure you smoke in, avoid all the pitfalls and dangers, and then just smoke into position. There isn't anything. I think the sniper tower is the only thing that can hit him in that position. Yeah. So he's losing a couple of Sukas here and there. He's not mining it. At some point, he just shocks it and keeps it shocked for a little bit to minimize his losses. But this base is going down, no problem. And that's essentially how we took down 3 bases of Choke Point. The other ones took a little bit more work, but I just wanted to show, what I intended to show was showcasing the best of the best, right? So, like I said, we are looking for some members. If you're interested, we have spaces. We have space for 1 right now. That's my task for information. Please send us a message if you do feel that you fill the qualifications. 400 VPs, at least 20 intel minimum. More is better. A lot of us are putting a lot more intel, like as you can see. In any case, that's about it for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and take care.